Hey everyone, welcome back. Today is probably the worst day ever. I'm sitting here massively red on the day. Market's closed and it's a disaster. I'm down $1,620. Biggest red day ever, and it's absolutely disgusting. Um, I just got, I guess, too aggressive. I desperately wanted to be green again on the day, start off the week right. And Monday, today is December 21st, Monday, and I really screwed everything up on this one, on this day. And because of it, let's take a look. Um, yeah, down 1620. This needs to be Monday. And that is a massive red day for me. I'm super pissed. And we'll go over the trades here in a sec, but this was kind of my running balance of today. And I felt like today I pushed it pretty hard. Once again, I wanted to be green desperately. And I started here just kind of going sideways. I dug a little hole down 352, then went sideways for a while, up and down, got up to negative 53, and then it just went downhill from there. And I just can't believe it's so big. I thought I made such awesome progress towards the beginning of this month, and let me show you here. This is the beginning of the vlog here. Started in November. This was the cash account running balance, and then this is when I got the margin account. So look at this. I've dropped it all the way down to negative 929. Ran it all the way up to 3144. So I think I got a lot of confidence. I built some confidence and maybe some false confidence, honestly. Throughout this run, I was just on this green streak, and I thought maybe things would kind of continue, and that when I would have a red day, I would have a red day for sure, but when I would have a red day, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. And the thing is, my red days are bleeding my gains here. So that's what I need to realize and focus on. Um, when I do get into a red day, it's very, very bad, and I gotta learn to just stop at some point and not dig the hole deeper. So this is where I'm sitting currently right now in the last 2 months, November and December, down 795. And look at this. I mean, the previous day I was up 825, and I don't know. As you can see, it was a straight run down. So I'm super pissed at myself. This was the running day balance we just went over. Just going downhill all day today. And this is the last 2 months. And so let's look at the calendar. So overall on December, I'm on 134, which is a joke because I felt like I made, once again, this awesome progress, all these green days. I had a 7 day green streak, which I felt like I was unstoppable. And then I had this massive red day. And I think that really just opened things up for me in the sense that I became vulnerable and just like, I don't know, felt weak and just grabbing at straws, trading everything I could to try to get green when I start digging these holes, and started the third week all right, and then I had this bad Wednesday down negative 587, and then as you can see Thursday was 122, and then had a bad red day last Friday. That was my biggest one until today. So look at this. I mean, digging massive holes here. And it's sad because I had all this great progression just to realize all this trading summing me up to 134 on the entire month. It's sad, super sad. So, we only got 1, 2, we got a half day here on Thursday, Christmas Eve. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days left, trading days left on the month. And I just want to make sure I'm green. It's sad to say that like I feel like massively green, but because of these stupid red days, man, dig in the hole. So I've had 10 green days, 5 red days. But those 5-day red days have been really, really bad to me. And yeah, so didn't want to shoot this video, but had to for you guys. Had to be honest and, part of the journey here. And I know probably some of you out there are struggling too. So, it's a journey. It's a hard one. This is a real thing, and it's, what do they say? Like only 10% of people can actually, trade for a living or make it through. So it's been difficult. So it's all about preserving that principle though. And at this point, I've been skating on thin ice. So, yeah, that's where we're sitting on the month right now. And I'll just go over a few of the trades for you before I leave you guys. There wasn't, I feel like, anything really awesome to trade. So let's see here. Go over first couple of trades. So first thing I traded was CCRC. This one was looking great. I did trade it in here. First, I have been hesitant towards the market open, and because sometimes I feel like things pop up and they fade, they like instantly fade, and so I'd rather sit back, watch it, and then get in at the right time. And so I had a few trades in here that were okay, but I ended up digging a hole like right away after that. So, actually, I only had one good trade on that. Yeah, up $25, nothing. I mean, that's nothing. And then after that, kept trading it down 166. Then I switched over to WBAI. This was kind of doing the same thing, rips, goes into a halt, opens up, and then just goes sideways for a while. And then this one, I was looking at trading this further and further, and it just kept hitting all this resistance here. So I hesitated, and I had a few trades in there that were kind of a loss. It was like anticipation for the break high, like curling up, but it just went sideways and failed and all the way down. So that was kind of like the theme of the day for me, was this pop up and fade. And then I traded a lot of NES was another one that this one was crazy. We had pop-ups go into a halt, and right here I wanted to hop in. I wanted to get in before the halt, but I don't like setting in halts because sometimes we've seen where when they open up, they just go right back down. So I'm hesitant on that. I like to see where they open up. If they open up, sometimes I like to try to grab a dip and then ride the wave higher. But this one just moves so quickly. If you didn't get in time, then you couldn't find a good entry. And for me, what happened was I would hop in and it would push higher and I would sell right away. And I should have held on a lot of these situations for the ride higher, but I just sold because I was so scared of it, flipping the other direction, that I missed a lot of the move. I only got like a tiny piece of the pie. And so when I see it move higher after my trade, then I want to hop in again thinking, oh, this has got some serious strength. It's going to keep moving. And then, which is a bad idea, because then I hop in that at the high and it flips and it fades and I get caught in it. And like on this one, I got in here, for a possible another curl higher with that anticipation, and it just failed. And I held it thinking, just give it a chance, just give it a chance. And guess what? It faded and just sold for a bigger loss. So I've got I gotta change my game plan a little bit here. Maybe come up with some new rules. You know, Ross does a thing where he does, you know, sometimes if he's trading bad, 3 strikes you're out. If you do, you know, 3 losing trades in a row, he just calls it for the day. So maybe I should do something like that. I don't know. I'd love to know from any of you guys that are trading out there if you were red or green today. Let me know and by how much. But I'd like to know if you guys have had to implement rules more recently with this current market, because I don't know. I feel like it's been a little difficult to read. I mean, look at this. Hit its high and then faded completely. No volume throughout the rest of the day, right? Look at this. Just no one's trading this towards the bottom. No volume. And then out of nowhere, it just spikes again. And I saw this, I was reading this, I was like, you know what? It'd be good to try to hop in here. And I think I got a trade in here and just sold thinking, you know, it might get up to VWAP and just drop. But it was really impressive in the sense that it pushed through that and then went right into a halt. And so, you know, if you weren't in there, then you were trying to get in right after this halt, and that was difficult too because it just went so fast. And you know, once it hit that top there, it just faded fast, man. I think I hopped in here for a curl higher, got screwed on it. It was a fake out, and it dropped hard. You know, sold for a big loss, and just really sucked. So look at that, up from you know, $6 down to 3. So that's a huge fade. And all the other pop-ups, you know, just would curl and drop and curl and drop. Kept doing that. And every time I tried to get in, it's like I would anticipate this curl higher, but it, you know, you can see this trend line from these peaks just going straight down. So I don't know, man. It was difficult. It was a sucky day, and hopefully you had a much better day than I did. And that's where I'm gonna leave it today on Monday. Down 16.20. Super unfortunate. But, you know, I'm trying to stay positive here. And even though it puts me in a bad spot on the month, last 2 months, I'm just gonna try to, you know, maybe not get as aggressive and just trade maybe earlier morning, and if the market is just now feeling well, just step away. I feel like so obligated to, once I sit down in the morning, to just trade all day, and like, even if the market's shitty, thinking, oh, you know, something else might pop up later in the day. And I feel like that just doesn't serve me well. So sometimes it has in the past, but the market, you got to understand, what I've realized is like it's always changing. There's these seasonalities to it, and you got to learn that. You got to realize that, like, you might have a strategy right now that's just winning for you all the time, and then something shifts in the market and things slow down, and suddenly that strategy you were doing isn't working as well anymore. So you got to really learn to adjust to the market, and I guess I personally haven't been adjusting quite well to that. I've been wanting to come in and just like consistently do green days, and it's just not realistic. I think I need to come into the market, really feel how the market is going, if it's hot, if it's cold. If it's cold, just, you know, chalk it up to that and shut the computer down and go do something else. And when it's hot, just ride that momentum, you know, and get aggressive with it. But I don't know. That's where I stand right now, and 7 days left, and I'm just gonna try to pull through and, you know, get green and get positive here. So that's all I got, and wishing you guys the best. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if you are enjoying my content and the journey. And I mean, this is kind of as real as it gets. As you can see, I'm showing all my red days. Green days are fun, but I gotta focus on my red days because they're big and they're bad, and I really gotta tame that down and learn to make my green days much bigger. So that's where I'll leave it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on Tuesday.